Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Lucy. I will be your facilitator this evening for the StriveScan Fair. Just a couple notes before we get started. If you have any questions, please feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen. Just make sure to use the @ sign for your question to let the school know what your question is for. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is one of many other sessions happening for the Ocean County School Counselors Association Fair this evening. So please feel free to register for those upcoming sessions. Without further ado, the session is also being recorded and will be available to you shortly at strivescan.com/OCSCA. And then without further ado, we will hand it over to Eckerd College.
Hi, my name is Philippa Roberts. I am one of the admissions counselors here at Eckerd. I represent students from Southern Jersey. So I'm going to go over some of the unique aspects of our campus. We are located in St. Petersburg, Florida, just south of Tampa. We're a small private liberal arts college. We have just shy of 2,000 students with just over 180 acres on our campus, as you can see here, surrounded by water on 3 fronts. So one of the unique aspects of our campus is the geographic reach of our students. So we are 80% out of state. Our students are truly coming from all across the country as well as the world. On average, they are traveling over 1,000 miles. Nationally, on average, students tend to travel closer to 200 miles away from home. So our students are definitely a little bit more adventurous, looking to go further away from home. And typically, we're only bringing in 1 kid from each high school. So most of our students are in the same position of being far from home and not knowing anyone else when they arrive to campus. Another unique aspect is our academic calendar. So we have a 4-1-4 calendar, which means students take 4 classes in the fall and 4 in the spring. And then we have a short-term requirement that our sophomores through seniors complete with our winter term, which is where they take 1 class in January that goes over 3 weeks. That you'll see at a couple more colleges, but what's unique for Eckerd is that our first year students actually complete their short term with our autumn term, which is where they take their class 3 weeks before the fall semester starts. So they're arriving to campus 3 weeks before our upperclassmen do. And this is to be like an extended orientation type period. And this is due to that fact that our students are coming from so far away and don't know anyone else. We find this really helps aid that transition into college. So for those 3 weeks, they are in class Monday through Friday, 9 to 12. And then in the afternoon, they're doing orientation type of activities where they're getting to know one another, they're getting to know campus, they're getting to the departments, and really understand all the resources available to them as a student, so that when they start in the fall, they are set up for a lot more success. So we do have over 40 different majors available at Eckerd. You can see them all here. Our top programs, our #1 is our marine science. We're actually one of the top programs in the country. But then our animal studies, our environmental studies, our international relations, and our creative writing programs are also really strong on campus. But as you can see, we have a wide variety. 2 other unique aspects of campus you can see in this photo. One is the beach. We do have our own private beach on campus. Wi-Fi does reach the beach, so students are able to do their homework down by the beach. Definitely most make use of that. But as you'll also notice, the dog in the photo. We are the pet friendliest campus in America. So students can bring their pets to campus as long as they are 40 pounds or under and not classified as an exotic animal. These pets are definitely integrated into our campus life. One of my favorite traditions is that the pets actually get their own graduation. So a couple of days before the humans graduate, the pets of our graduating seniors get their own ceremony. They're given a mini diploma. Many of them are wearing mini caps and gowns. It's adorable. One of my favorite times of year. Another unique aspect is our waterfront, which has 3 components to it. First is academic. Students in our marine science and environmental studies classes are able to take out the boats, go out into the bay, collect samples, go back into the labs, and be working on all of that all within 1 class period. Benefit of being right on the water. Second component is recreation. Students for free are able to take out kayaks, paddleboards, canoes. They can go wakeboarding, water skiing, sailing, a wide variety of water sports activities, all for free as a student. And then the third component is service. We have an organization named Eckerd College Search and Rescue. We are the only collegiate organization in the country that works with the Coast Guard. So our students are fully trained to respond to emergency calls out in the bay. Due to our location, quite often are actually first on scene and are equipped to respond right away. They don't need to wait for the Coast Guard. They are fully trained. So very proud of that organization. Just some application stuff. We are on the Common App as well as having our own application. We have no preference either way to how students apply, whatever is easiest for you. And then for the application, we just need your official high school transcripts. Our average GPA is a 3.45 unweighted. And then we have gone test optional for both this admission cycle as well as the next one. We haven't determined past that yet, but if you're applying for fall 21 or 22, it's up to you if you want to submit test scores. Our average test score for ACT is 1200, SAT 1200, ACT 26. It will not be used for scholarship consideration. It's just for the purpose of the application. So up to you if you want to submit those. And then one letter recommendation from an academic source, so a teacher or a counselor. And then 2 timelines to apply. Early action, which is if you apply by November 15th, you're guaranteed a decision mailed by December 15th. And you can get the application fee waived. After that, we go into our rolling admission, which is 3 to 4 weeks of your application being complete. You'll receive your admissions decision. All students who apply are automatically considered for our merit-based scholarships. Those range from $12 to $25, and those are based off of your GPA. You'll find that out at the time of your admission. And then there's some scholarships that admitted students can apply to. We have a first-year research associateship, which is an opportunity to do research as a first-year student. If you're selected for that, you get $1,000 for that first year while you're doing the research. Then we have our Artistic Achievement Award. If you have any interest in theater, music, creative writing, visual arts, or film, you can apply for one of those. You don't have to be an intended major. And if selected, you receive $1,000, which is renewed each year. And then our Diversity Leadership Scholarship for anyone interested in getting involved in diversity initiatives on campus and taking on leadership positions within our diversity organizations. And that ranges from $1,000 to $6,000, also renewed each year. So all of those can be applied after you get your admissions decision. For more information about Eckerd, you can, a great resource is the Colleges That Change Lives book. This was a book that was based off of research visiting a bunch of schools across the country and selecting 40 schools that they truly believe changes the lives of their students. We like to highlight the quote, Eckerd College might seem like the perfect spot for an easy college career, 4 years marked by sun, surf, and sand. But if you're looking for a vacation, you should enroll elsewhere. Obviously spent time talking about our beaches and all of that, but the academics are just as important. Please reach out if you have any more questions.
Thank you so much. Next up, we will hear from Five Towns College.
Good afternoon. My name is Taylor. I am the recruitment manager for Five Towns College. I've been there for the last 4 years. I don't have a presentation to show on the screen, so if you're interested, you can always ask me more questions, but to apply, you can go to our website. It's ftc.edu. There is no fee when you apply. We would need your high school transcript, letter of recommendation, and personal statement to make a complete file. If you were to go into a program that would require a portfolio or an addition, we would also need that as well to complete your file. Those programs are our film video program, computer graphics, theater, and performance. Depending on the program, again, keep in mind that we would need those portfolios or those auditions. We are SAT, ACT optional. We are rolling admissions, so there is no set deadline on applying, but I always encourage my students to apply sooner rather than later and not wait until the fall semester. And scholarships and financial aid are available, so please keep in mind to do your FAFSA. Again, any questions you have, please put them in the chat and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much. Next up, we will hear from George Mason University.
Hi everyone, my name is Chelsea LeDuc and I am a senior regional admissions counselor here at George Mason University. I am a regional representative, so I actually live here in New Jersey and work with students from all over the state as well as New York. So thank you so much for being part of my Mason story, and hopefully this is the start of you being part, or me being part of your Mason story. So George Mason University is located in Fairfax, Virginia, which is about 15 miles from Washington, D.C. We do provide a free shuttle for our students to the nearest metro station, which is the Vienna metro station. And from there, you can ride right into the heart of Washington, D.C. So the city is incredibly accessible to our students. So you are able to take advantage of all of the fun things that are happening, not just in Fairfax and Northern Virginia, but Washington, D.C. as well. We are the largest public research university in Virginia, and we hold an R1 Carnegie rating. We have around 37,000 total undergraduate students at Mason, or 37,000 total students, excuse me, with 25,000 of those being undergraduates. We have the youngest law school in the top 50. Our Antonin Scalia Law School is located in Arlington, Virginia, so right across the river from Washington, D.C. We have the second largest residential campus in Virginia, and our student body is comprised of all 50 states and over 139 different countries, which is one of my favorite things about Mason. I think it's really cool that one of your best friends from college could be from Hawaii or from Japan. You really never know who you're going to meet at Mason. Inside the classroom, we have over 80 different majors for students to choose from, but when you look at the minors and the concentrations, you'll have options upwards of 200. So there really is a program for everybody. We also offer over 55 accelerated master's programs that you could start as early as your senior year at Mason or after you graduate. Every student will take the Mason Core, which is just our fancy name for general studies courses, so that you have a general understanding of different topics and subjects outside of your major. We also offer a lot of experiential learning opportunities such as internships, and every student will receive an academic advisor to guide you through your 4 years to make sure that you're selecting the courses you're needed to take in order to graduate on time. Our student to faculty ratio is 16:1, and our average class size is 25 to 35 students. Again, another amazing statistic given how large the university is. I went to a very small college. I never feel like I am surrounded by a bunch of students or too many people when I'm on campus. It's definitely a small school feel at a large university. Here are some of the places that our students and alumni have interned or have gone on to careers with. As you can see, we cover pretty much all the bases. You have business, media and journalism, tourism, STEM, sports, and even theater. Inside our Mason community, we have over 460 different clubs and organizations. So again, something for everybody. But if you can't find a club or organization that you're interested in, we do invite you to create a new club for us. And it's a very easy process. We have over 20 NCAA Division I teams, most popular being our men's basketball team. And we have the #1 pep band in the nation. Highly recommend that you check out the Green Machine on YouTube. Doc Nix is fantastic, and any student who is interested in joining the pep band is more than welcome to. So the way to apply to Mason, we offer the Common App or our own personal Mason application. There's no preference to either one, whichever one is best for students. And we offer a holistic review. And that's just a term meaning that we are looking at things outside of just your GPA and your test scores. Do you work after school? Do you participate in community service? What types of courses are you taking at your high school? There's a lot of factors that go beyond just the academics that we are looking for when we admit students to Mason. When you apply, we will need your official high school transcript, your standardized test scores, but we are test optional, your essay, and 2 letters of recommendation, preferably from a school counselor and a teacher. If you were to apply for our honors college, there is an additional essay that's required. We'll also need your resume and another letter of recommendation, preferably from a teacher who could speak to your academic strengths. And if you're interested in any of our majors that fall under our College of Visual and Performing Arts, an audition or an interview is required for admission. And if you're interested in learning more about that, cvpa.gmu.edu is the place to go. When we're talking about our averages, such as GPA and SAT scores, average student at Mason has a 3.3 to a 3.9 coming from high school. And then the SAT ranges from an 1100 to a 1220. ACT ranges from a 23 to a 29, but we are score optional. You do not need to submit your SAT or ACT scores in order to receive an admissions decision. So what will your Mason story be? Hopefully it will include a great basketball game at Eagle Bank Arena, wearing some green and gold and cheering on our Patriots. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to follow us on social media. And my contact information is there in the bottom corner if you want to grab your phone and take a quick picture. Happy to connect with you outside of this and answer any questions that you have right now or that you think of later. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, Georgian
Hi, everybody. My name is Scott. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Georgian Court. Quick share slideshow with you, and we will kick it right off. To start off, we always like to recite what our Mercy core values are. We have 5. Those would be respect, integrity, justice, compassion, and service. 5 things we try and integrate into everything we do at Georgian Court. So if those sound like things that are up your alley, then this might be the place for you. Sorry. One thing I always like to highlight when speaking about Georgian Court is the sense of place that we offer. We're a very small community. It's a 13-to-1 student to professor ratio, so your classes are going to be small. It's going to be very easy for you to get to know all of your classmates, get to know your professors. It'll make it very easy for you to say hi to people when you're walking in between class, whether they be student or professor, and it really establishes a sense of community that I think you might not necessarily get at someplace a lot bigger. Some quick facts about Georgian Court University, founded in 1908 on 156 acres of land. We only became co-ed in 2013, so still a very recent change. But thanks to athletics in a large part, they've garnered a pretty substantial male population. It was previously a female-only institution. We've got about 1,700 undergrad students, with 700 of those being grad. And as mentioned before, a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Location-wise, we're about 15-20 minutes away from the beach and about an hour away from New York City and Philadelphia. So 2 big job markets to pull from when looking for internships or looking for postgraduate work, or if you're just looking for something to do, it's easy to get one. These are the majors we have in our School of Arts and Sciences. Particularly notable ones would be criminal justice, psychology, health sciences, exercise science, all tend to be very popular, but we have a lot of different options within the school itself. So if any of these sound like something you're interested in, then this is the overarching school you'd be involved with. Nursing is our most competitive program. It is a 2-stage admissions process of sorts, in that we in the admissions office will review your application, and then the nursing office will review it as well. So they have some higher standards that they look for. It's possible to be admitted into Georgian Court itself, but not the nursing program. And it's because we have a partnership with a local hospital chain that gives us a lot of resources, placements, ability to do hands-on work that really elevates the program. It makes it worth the higher bar of admission. If you're interested in business or digital media, you'll be involved in our School of Business and Digital Media. Things like graphic design and business administration, accounting are particularly big ones, but whichever you pick, if this is what you're interested in, you'll have plenty of students by your side. Education is probably number 2 at our school, right behind nursing. We've got 4 different tracks, and each one includes eligibility for the Teacher of Students with Disabilities endorsement, something you will come out of the program with, which opens a lot of doors. Having that on your resume, if you look good, being able to work with an entirely new population of students is very helpful when looking for a postgraduate career. If you're interested in studying abroad, that's totally something you can do, no matter how long you'd like to do it. We have an option for you. There's a few options up in the right, but if those aren't particular spots you're interested in, you can still work with the Global Education Office to go to the specific country that you're looking for. We do have an honors program as well, offered at time of admission. It'll be in your acceptance letter based on your high school GPA and classes. It comes with an extra additional scholarship, so something to look out for if you apply and are accepted. Career services, obviously college all about moving to the next step, whether that be a career or that be a graduate program. As you can see in the bottom left, 92% of our graduates are in a major related job or graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So they do a very good job at preparing our students for whatever it is their next step is going to be. Residence halls, we have 4 of them. Housing is guaranteed all 4 years if you'd like to live on campus. It is a very heavy commuter campus, so don't feel left out. If you think you'll be commuting to campus, you'll have plenty of people in the same situation as you. Guaranteed parking as well. Freshmen are allowed to have cars on campus too, which I believe is kind of rare, but something we always like to promote. We have over 40 different clubs and organizations falling into a few different categories you can see here. If the specific thing you're interested in isn't something that we offer, it's totally possible for you to start your own club. It's something you can work with the Office of Student Life on to get going if you can find enough students who are interested and rally around it. So if what you're interested in isn't here, it's something you can totally put on the board yourself. If leadership in particular is something you're interested in, these four would be the ones to keep in mind. Things like our Women in Leadership Development, Student Government Association are really great things to put on your resume. We are a Division II school when it comes to sports. And as you can see, we're pretty competitive across the board. If you're an athlete, that means athletic scholarships. So something to get in touch with our athletic department about if they're not in touch with you already. Additionally, if you're just a student, it's possible to just go to a game as a fan, and you're very likely to see a very competitive, very good game. Tuition and fees for most majors is going to be about $16,000 per semester. Nursing slightly more expensive. If you choose to live on campus, we have our residence and meal plan bundled together as a fee. The number can seem a bit high, but we do offer merit-based scholarships. You're guaranteed one at the time of admission based on your cumulative GPA. We also try and offer a lot of money through financial aid. So we encourage all students to fill out the FAFSA and try and remind them all of additional sources of financial aid like Pell Grants, TAG, and other GCU Foundation scholarships. This is just what our scholarship grid looks like. You can check your own GPA against it, see about how much money you should get. And finally, just some final contact information for admissions, financial aid, registrar, and some other spots of interest.
Great, thanks so much. Next up, we will hear from Glenville State College.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name, can you guys, okay. Let's see. All right, my name is Victoria Gum. I am a student worker here at Glenville State College. If you're not really familiar with where Glenville State is, we are located in the central part of West Virginia. We are about an hour south of Morgantown and an hour north of Charleston. As you can see, here are our admissions counselors. We have Lexi, Ricky, and Larry. They are here to help you, help guide you through the admissions process. Their information is listed here on the screen, so just be sure to take a screenshot of that, pause the video, whatever you need to get that information written down. So if you need to contact them for any questions that you have. Here is a list of our academic departments. Currently, our criminal justice department is ranked #1 in the state and 14th in the nation. Our education department is the longest running program with the most degree options here on campus. And our business program is one of our most popular degree pathways. All of these degrees are very important. We also have a higher chance of job placement immediately after graduation with each of our departments. We offer 4-year, 2-year, and online degrees. Our classroom size is 17 students to 1 faculty member or teacher. And any of our department faculty staff is always willing to help you with anything and everything you need. We do have some really exciting things happening here around campus. As you can see on the screen, we have partnered with Marshall University to provide you students with 3 graduate degree programs. We have an athletic training master's program and a master's in accounting program. Both of those 2 programs, you will do your first 3 years here at Glenville, and the next 2 years you will do at Marshall University. We also have a doctorate degree in pharmacy, where you'll do your first 4 years here and then your next 3 years at Marshall. We are also expecting to get a Barnes & Noble bookstore here on campus for student use for any textbook or anything that you guys would need. Glenville State is in the NCAA Division II and in the Mountain East Conference. As you can see here listed are all of our athletic programs. We have some of the better facilities across the nation at the D2 level. We have the picture below the list is our Waco Center, and it houses our men's and women's basketball, our acro and tumbling, cheer, boxing, and wrestling teams. And attached to our Waco Center, we have a state-of-the-art weight and conditioning room that has been laid out to mirror some of the most dominating collegiate athletic programs. In addition to our Waco Center, we have the Sue Morris Complex, which houses our outdoor softball and baseball facilities, as well as it includes an adjacent indoor facility. And then our Ike Morris Stadium is home to our football field and our track. So what happens next for you guys? Well, for you students, the next step for any of you graduating is to apply and get connected with our admissions team. On the screen, there is a website that will take you directly to our application. Our application will only take maybe 15 minutes max for you to complete. It is completely free to you as long as you remember to use the code listed, and it is #GoPioneers. And once you submit your application, our admissions counselors will be in touch with you to help you throughout the entire process, anything and everything you need. So our counselors will let you know what documents you still need to submit and how you can submit them to us to be fully admitted. The FAFSA does open on October 1st, and above is listed our GSC FAFSA code, so you can send that to us. We are currently a test optional school, so you don't need to take the ACT or SAT to be accepted by us. And as you can see here, we are the most affordable for your tuition in both in-state and out-of-state. The amounts shown are per semester, and that includes your housing, meal plan, and tuition. And so our campus is currently open, so feel free to come by for a visit. On the screen, you can see a link for a complete 360-degree tour. You can go ahead and type that in, look at that. And we are also having a 2-day open house event on April 10th and 11th. It's a weekend to celebrate our spring homecoming. So we're having meet and greets with our academic departments, our athletic coaches, and all the student organizations. And thank you all for attending tonight.
Thank you. And then finally this evening, we will hear from Felician University.
Hi, how are you all tonight? So my name is Faith Banka, and I am the Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions at Felician University. Felician is a small private university located in Rutherford and Lodi, New Jersey. Both are conveniently a quick train or bus ride away from New York City, and MetLife Stadium and the new American Dream Mall are also just about 10 minutes away. Because of this key location, it creates an endless amount of internships for our students, and it also lets students explore fun places without having to go far. We are also, like I said, a very small school, so just about 2,400 students. And because of this, we're able to offer hands-on experience. An average class size is about 13 students, and professors know your name. They can offer you real recommendations and networking opportunities. Even though we are small, we have a lot of different career tracks. At Felician, we have over 60 plus majors and minors and 4 schools. So we have the School of Business and Information Sciences, the School of Education, the School of Arts and Sciences, and the School of Nursing. So the School of Nursing is what we're particularly well known for. Our nursing students get access to our state-of-the-art simulation center located on our Rutherford campus. The simulation center, along with our exceptional professors, have led us to have an NCLEX pass rate of 96%. Students begin working in the simulation center their sophomore year, and they start working with real patients in hospitals during clinicals during their junior and senior years. Many of our students will impress their clinical supervisors so much because they have such great experience from the state-of-the-art simulation center. And because of that, a lot of them are offered jobs and positions right when they graduate at the hospitals that they did their clinicals at. Next, we have our School of Education. Our education program assures that each and every one of our education students receive a special education certification without needing to take any additional courses for it. So we are also offering a brand new ABA major as well starting next year. And for those of you who do not know what ABA is, it's Assistant Behavior Analysis. And this is a particular kind of therapy that is used with students who are autistic or who have other behavioral and developmental disorders. We also have a program, it's a BCBA, and this is the supervision piece of that assistant behavior analysis. And we offer that certification and MBA. So you can start in that ABA program and then go on to the BCBA program as well. And it's a really unique program. And compared to other schools, there's not a lot of schools that have this ABA major. Next, we have our School of Business and Information Sciences. There's also a lot of opportunities at our School of Business. We have a 4+1 MBA program, a 4+1 computer science program, stackable certificates, and we also have our brand new iLab. With this iLab, it's kind of like a Shark Tank-like program where you can present ideas, put it in front of investors, and investors can invest up to $1 million in your idea. And we have our School of Arts and Sciences. This is our largest school, and we have a vast amount of majors and minors, from fine arts to criminal justice to pre-professional programs. We have options that will fit your career goals. Within these programs, we offer a lot of connecting enrichment opportunities, such as our United Nations fellowships, multiple study abroad classes, and specialized tracks within different majors. Within the School of Sciences, we also have our pre-professional programs. So with these programs, you complete 3 to 4 years at Felician, depending on the program, and then you finish your master's or your doctorates at our partner school. So as you can see, there's a lot of different options here with a lot of different schools that we have partnerships with. We are also Division II for athletics, meaning we can offer scholarships to students. This also means we are fairly competitive. So if you are a competitive athlete looking to play one of these sports at the Division II level, please reach out and I can connect you with the coach. Even if you're not an athlete, it's pretty cool to have a Division II, be a part of a Division II school, because you can really show school pride. A lot of the sporting events are close by and you can easily attend. Felician is also affordable. I know that price tag is something a lot of students look at for schools, and it either deters them or helps them make their decision. Felician is about $35,000 for commuters and $48,000 to live on campus. However, no one pays that price. 100% of our students do receive scholarships, and you can see here, this is our scholarship rubric. You can receive up to $23,000 in academic scholarship, and then in addition to that, you may qualify for tuition need-based grants. And of course, applying. If you are interested in applying, you can actually scan that QR code right there. And you also can go directly to our website. You'll need to fill out the application and submit your transcript, and that is about it. We don't need any other documents. Everything else is optional. As an admissions counselor reading these applications, I do suggest submitting at least one of those optional documents, but they're not required. You also, for nursing, the deadline has passed, but we have extended it due to COVID. But you do need some kind of test scores. We accept SAT, ACT, and now even the TEAS test, which is something that you can take from home. And that is about it. Thank you so much for listening. My contact information is included right there, so please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you. So we do have a little bit of time left in the session. So I just wanted to share my screen so that all of you that are attending can take a look and see other sessions that are happening later this evening. And then I do have a question to ask the panelists to answer. So the question itself will be, what is your favorite campus tradition? But before we answer those questions, I'm going to share my screen real quick. So these are the sessions that are happening in the next hour. And then we do have sessions happening at 7 as well, which is awesome. And so this is the question: give an interesting or fun fact about your school. And then you all can answer the question in the same order in which you presented. So Eckerd College can take it away first.
All right. I think our best fun facts I mentioned earlier is that we are the pet friendliest college in America. I love being able to see dogs across campus all the time. They're very friendly. As I said as well, my favorite tradition is pet graduation, but another great tradition I love is Kappa Carnival. Every spring they throw a big carnival out on our rugby field. They have a Ferris wheel, cotton candy, a whole full thing. And that's always a lot of fun in spring, something they do right before their midterms. So it helps ease that stress. That's my favorite.
Very cool.
Because Five Towns College is a performing arts school, we just actually added athletics into our program about 3 years ago. So I would say pep rally. All the students get heavily involved. It's very exciting. You know, you basically have the afternoon to kind of just watch the sports that are going on and just kind of hang out with each other, make friends.
Awesome.
Fun fact about George Mason is we were the first university in the country to roll out Starship robots, which are these little robots that look like a cooler that will deliver food, drinks, Tylenol, a toothbrush, whatever you need from the campus center to wherever you are on campus. So if you're running late for class and you need a cup of coffee, you can order it right from your phone in the app and it will deliver it right to campus. So Starship robots, you can Google them, check them out. I absolutely love them. I think that they're a fun little thing that Mason has.
That is so cool.
One fun fact about Georgian University that whenever I'm given a tour, I always make sure to bust out is I don't know if we have any horror movie fans in the chat, but if any of you have seen the movie The Amityville Horror, a scene, I believe at the end, there's a scene that was filmed actually on our campus at one of the little areas by the lake. I still haven't watched it myself. I planned on watching it last Halloween season, but didn't really get too much in the mood being all locked inside. But if you're a big fan of the movie, then you'll be able to visit the spot.
Very cool.
Okay, so here at Glenville State, we are in the heart of what I call folk country. So we have our annual folk festival, and it happens every year around the time of our fall homecoming. So people from all around the state, all around the country, all come. They can perform at our new bluegrass stage. In addition to that, Glenville is we have the first ever 4-year music degree for specifically bluegrass, and we have now another degree for Appalachian Studies for students who are interested in that route.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't let me click out. So a cool fun fact about Felician is we actually have a campus, a castle on campus. I actually work in the castle. It is a castle from the 1800s, and it is beautiful and it is really the center of our Rutherford campus. Creates a really beautiful backdrop, and we actually have a really cool dungeon-looking game room in the basement of the castle. So that's a really fun fact, and we're building a new gaming area as well.
That is really cool. I love it. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining. I do just want to say a couple final remarks for everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining. And when you do close out of this window, there will be a link to a really quick 4-question survey. We would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And like I mentioned just a few moments ago, this is just one of many sessions happening. So please be sure to sign up for additional ones that are happening this evening. And then in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as other sessions that happened while this session was happening as well, at strivescan.com/OCSCA. So thank you again, and have a great evening. Thanks, everyone. Bye.